not selling as many books on Amazon as you would like? Well, chances are it's because your covers, well, honestly suck. If you're new to this game, that is actually something that is completely common. And even if you're not, we can always improve. It's one of the things I love about this business, to always learning and improving. So stick with me, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Amazon book covers and what you can do to make sure that your cover talks to your audience so that you sell more books. Hey everybody, this is Ashley with Publish with Ashley, and I have a weekly show on YouTube. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can talk about all things Amazon KDP, a little bit about Etsy, and who knows what else about how to make money online. All right, so let's get into it. I have on here an Amazon bestseller list, and this is one of the good ways to actually look and see what's out there selling. If you just go into like Amazon up here and bestsellers and look under books, you can check different topics. But we're going to look at topics. This one I picked an Amazon bestseller list, and then we're going to go into topics and things like that. But what's really I like to do is, especially something I'm looking for specifically, I sometimes will go to the bestseller list, and this is one of the ways I thought I would talk to you about kind of the things I look for. But we're also going to go into, I'm going to talk about fractions workbooks and children's best-selling books and things like that, so that you can get a better idea of how to make your covers really pop. So one of the things I really like to do when I'm researching a niche is to kind of, just look into what's out there, what is selling. So I started with cookbooks because I thought actually this was a really fun topic to look at, because if you can see what is selling, it is really the really quirky, funny things. They're kind of play on words or puns, like a grilled Armageddon. I love that. Tequila Mockingbird, like To Kill a Mockingbird, but tequila. 50 Shades of Chicken. Honestly, this made me laugh so hard I can't even tell you. 50 Ways to Eat Cock. Slaughter at the Seaside. And this one I loved. Yusaka Cooking. It's like burnt toast with a sad face, okay? I had this one, I don't know why Cats is in here, but for some reason it's in cookbooks. And here's some really fun ones. Gone with the Gin. Are You God? It's Me, Margarita. Oh my gosh, these were so fun. So one of the things you really got to look at, not only does your cover talk to your audience, like audience is super important. In this case, they're really talking to, and I love these. These book covers are just gorgeous. By this, I don't know if it's a publisher or an author, I didn't look, but you should definitely look in. They're taking classic public domain type books and creating cookbooks based upon like cocktails with a literary twist. I love it. It's such an awesome idea. And look at the style. Who are they speaking to? Okay, first off, they're definitely speaking to someone who gets a pun. They're speaking to kind of an audience who loves classic literature, who has an appreciation for that type of humor, literature, and that style. Look at this style. This is actually one of my favorite things. I call it like a fold over binder, or fold over like basically it's the back edge, and it's folded over, but it gives it kind of an elegant look. It's one of the things I do like to do in a lot of my books, but not all the time. It just kind of, if it fits the style. In this case, it gives a very elegant feel. They have kind of vintage looking pictures, very, swirly vintage around it. The text matches down here too. They've got these black and white photos. They, it fits the whole genre. Gone with the Gin, like it looks similar to the Gone with the Wind. It's got, a guy holding a girl, the margarita with the little parrot. It's funny, and it really fits with it. So it's one of those things I look for, is the audience going to align with my topic? The title fits in that case. The audience is that literary, and the images align, right? They've got it kind of an elegant old world feel. Now, this is obviously just, potty mouth humor, right? Potty mouth food, right? It's very, the bright colors, blue, reds, greens. It's kid-like. This is a kawaii design with the, big eyes and smiles, but it fits the genre. It fits who we're talking about. Here's another one. That's Tequila Mockingbird, I guess, again. Let's see. So you can't say anything nice. This kind of fits. Look at like the different cookbooks and see if it fits the audience, the style. So what I kind of look for is, does it fit? Does it fit the audience? Does the title fit? Does the feel of the cover fit? If you're looking for, kids, I did think this was funny. They have, the fork. Well, forks and knives X'd out so that you kind of, it gets a certain audience, right? Okay, the video game chef. Look, very much fits your audience. You're going for the people who love video games, that kind of look, right? Let's see what some other ones are. This is Parks and Recs. Most of these are probably publishers and not necessarily independent authors, but that doesn't mean you can't do things like this. Obviously, stay away from Parks and Recreation because that's a brand, TV show, just stay away from that. But what I did like about this is, look, it's got a fun style that looks very, it reminds me of like Better Homes and Gardens, where it's got that fold over edge, it's got like a big photo and then like a layout of food, and then it's got like the background with dots. It just, to me, says Valentine's. To me, it says, like, it really gives me that Better Homes and Garden feel, and I think that's who they're going for with this type of book. So what you do is kind of look, does your audience match? Who are you looking for? Who are you trying to appeal to? Some of that can be done when you actually type in specific things. So in this case, I'm looking at kids' fraction workbooks. It's a topic we're going to talk about, fraction workbooks. I'm going to kind of introduce you to it a little bit later, but what I wanted to do is start and look and show you what I mean by kind of bringing out colors or matching your audience. Some of the other things I really think to look for that are important in covers is, I kind of have a list. I have audience, which is honestly my number one thing. You need to align your audience with like your book. What is it? Who's this for? It's really kind of hard to do this. It sounds easy in theory, but it's actually harder to do than you would think. Does it really speak to the audience I'm trying to talk to? The other thing is, what captures my attention. So that's something I always look for when I look through this. Now, in these ones, the things that honestly capture my attention are these. Now, these are professionally done. IXL is a brand, and it has kind of this like fold-over origami type look. That's kind of typical of their brand, but that stands out to me. Like, look at the rest. This one looks very professionally done. It is not particularly a complex design, right? But it looks very professional. They have branding, IXL, that is their brand. You know it's theirs by looking at it, and that's important. Something else that stands out to me, let's see. This one, when I'm looking at this, says younger audience, right? Small, cute koala. This one has Pete's on it. Now, I'm not saying this is for teenagers, but it gives me that feel that this is a little bit for an older crowd and this is for a younger crowd. So this is what I'm talking about when you think about your audience. Who are you trying to... Now, with getting kids' books, you are talking to an adult, but as an adult, when I'm looking at this, this says kid to me, this says maybe a slightly older audience. So even though you're selling to an adult for a kid's book, do consider the age group that you're looking for. Now this fractions, it definitely looks a little more complex. I love that this has a banner and shading, and it looks like there's some sort of award here, so if you have something like that. This one, like special offer, right? The little stickers and things. This is the one I really wanted to look at. Now when you look at this row, which one looks professional and which one doesn't? To me, this one over here looks kind of maybe the least professional. Even though there's something about it that to me, it's not that it's not professionally done. It looks fine, but it doesn't capture my attention the way the other ones do. This one captures my attention on color, right? The primary colors, this is the color wheel, in fact. To me, it captures my attention. The black with the dark colors, right? It just speaks to me. This is a brand. I know this brand. This is a brand. This one almost looks branded to me. I don't think it is, honestly. I didn't look into this, but this, for some reason, maybe it's those numbers, maybe it's the color that they've really tried to keep from the numbers to this, it looks a little bit more branded to me, right? This is the one where it really makes a difference. If you look between this one and this one, though I love the name of their Dr. Pi Squared. That's a great author name. But this one looks more branded than this one. Now this has a big PhD across it. So, you know, if you're not a PhD, you can't do that, obviously, put that in. This one looks kind of fun, right? It doesn't specifically say this is sponsored, so it's not specifically fractions. It is word games and problem focus. But this one says a little bit more fun of a workbook. These look like workbooks to me, right? So think about what your product is, who you're talking to. Again, let's look across here. What captures your attention in this? The one that captures my attention the most is this one, color, right? It really stands out for color, but it does say younger audience. This one says older audience to me. Maybe it's because it looks a little bit more technical, even though it's 3rd grade, and this one's 4th. Now 4th grade, this sort of thing is still appropriate for the 4th grade age, but honestly, this one feels older to me. So really try to stay in line. Now it does say grade 3, pretty obvious here. So as a parent, I would say that, but I'd also I'd probably look through this book and say, would my kid like this or not? Now, maybe this is a bunch of practice worksheets and that's what I want for my kids, so that would work. This one looks a little bit more fun. It's got color, time, fractions, money. I've kind of got a sense of it. It gives me ages, but honestly, it really, I feel who it's for. Let's see, looking across here, right? Which one looks the least professional? Probably this one. It's still doing well. And not to say that you can't do well, but consider your audience. Yet again, as a parent, I'd probably think, this one, now I'm a publisher, so maybe I know too much about this. I would think this on this row is the least professional. Though maybe what I'm looking for specifically, like this color or using fractions, or, you know, it can speak to the audience. Again, these are fun, like, you know, having a superhero pencil. This is fun, using not only color, like they really brought this out, but a gimmick. 10 minutes a day, fractions. Now you've always got to watch with a gimmick, you know, like 5-minute sit-ups, 6-minute sit-ups, all that thing I think is actually branded. You've got to go check trademarks and all that sort of stuff out. So, but a gimmick can speak to a parent. Oh, I'm doing this in 10 minutes a day. There's an orange, it's bright. It just speaks to me of that particular age group, and it is professionally done. It's DK, which is another brand. But even though it's professional, it doesn't mean, this is not a complex design. Look here, it's an orange, blocked color. But see how the color brings out your eye. When you look across here, honestly, my eye, maybe I love I like this, but color-wise, it sticks to this one and this one because of the orange bright color. So really look at these things. These to me, I don't know if they are, but they definitely look a little less professional. This one looks a lot like, it's a PhD, so it's probably some math professor or teacher who's teaching algebra. Now, algebra is a higher subject, so I'm not as a parent looking to, have my kid practice algebra. I'm probably looking for less gimmicky and more just practice worksheets because it's an older audience, right? My 10-year-old would be more interested in these. My, 14, 13-year-old, this would be more their style. So you've really, yet again, got to think about audience, color, composition. How do they speak to people? On this one, because these are both orange against each other, this one still catches my eye. But these are the types of things I want you to do as you go through and look at your specific one. This was fun. Now, I had a fun time going through the bestsellers list of kids. Let's look at this. Again, I want to look at audience. Am I meeting my audience where they are looking for? Now, what does this say? This says little kids book, right? Pop up, peekaboo. Charlotte Webb's famous kind of chapter book. But look at these two. The Wild Robot Escapes and The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. These say cute and a slightly older compared to the Little Blue Truck Feeling Happy. So they might be the same age group, but this to me says much littler kid. that I'm just trying, and it's a touch and feel book, so definitely a littler kid. But this says once my kid is just a little bit older and is a little bit more interested in fun and quirky stories. Again, it's really what you're going for. A lot of these on the littler kids, you can see The Interrupting Chicken, which is a really funny book. And this, I know it's Dr. Seuss, but like I look at these and I identify, what am I seeing? Who is it for? Who's going to be interested in this? Let's see, what else do I notice as I go down here? Let's see, I know I had one towards the bottom that I wanted to talk about. Well, here's a fun one. So see how it sounds and busy, whereas this one is a little less busy. Now, if I'm looking at which one draws my eye, it's probably this one. Why is that? It is a little more busy, so it's hard to say exactly why. Maybe this has a little bit more blocky, where this is a little bit more rounded. I think my kids would enjoy this one with kind of the cuter animal vibe than kind of the blockier animal. And that's just a personal thing for my kids and how I know they are. This looks really cute. They've got this kind of sheep in front, and a bird, and it really catches my eye as far as that might be a fun, cute story. So you've got to look through and see, are you talking to your audience? Are they what are you going for? What are you saying by your cover? Because yes, people actually judge books very much by their cover. And some of it makes sense. Like, I am a tractor. This is a little kid's book. It's very simple, bright colors. Yes, I know exactly what that is. I know exactly what I'm getting. And, you're expecting a certain thing. The Stinky Wonky Donkey, right? That sounds silly and funny. And look, the characters on it look a little silly and funny. Now this, A Little Colt, looks like a sweet book, right? And the title fits. A baby horse book story. So your cover really does say something. Now this one, God Loves You, it makes sense, right? You've got kind of God's creations, there's nature in the background, you feel warm and cozy and fuzzy. That's something important. Another thing, so I want you to also pay attention to is font. This is probably going a little long, but I will stop here soon. Look at font and what it says. This is a good one in the sense it looks a little bit, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Like futuristic, right? So look at the font, the Wild Robot Escapes, right? It fits that vibe. Now this is more headliney, The True Story of the Little Pigs, and so the bold, bright definitely fits that. Little kids books, you want a very simple, readable font, but a little bit more fun. You don't want it just like your boring Sans script. This one, look, it's got curls because it's love and cozy and warm. The Wonky Donkey, right? Look at the font. It fits. It's a little bit quirky, yet it's for a kid, so it's still very readable. You're looking for the font to fit, and you're not going for just your basic fonts. You want it to really stand out and fit the genre, the whole theme you're going for. Let's see, what another one? I Love You and Cheese Pizza. That's got a little heart in there, and it's kind of kid-friendly in the sense that it's easy to read, but it's still got a little bit of pizzazz, right? A little bit of quirk for this type of book. So those are some of the things you're looking for. Now, I did want to say one more thing. Let me go. So in the whole bit of this, I was actually looking to do covers. So one of the reasons I was thinking about covers is I actually did Michelle's Brew to Bake course, and I'm going to have an actual link with a coupon to get her hot book course niches, course 1 and course 2. I'm going to have both of these in the show notes below. But one of the reasons I was actually on kind of this whole cover thing is I came up and I actually did her courses, these two book hot book niches 1 and 2, and there's going to be a third one coming out soon. But I actually went through these and I paid for these and done these, and I've got a coupon for this one. But when I was going through, one of the things I really took a look at in doing these and competing in this niche, that actually both of these niches, is cover. It was one of the things I strongly spent a lot of time looking at, studying to try and get the right cover that would fit the genre, that would stand out, that had a consistent branding. And I think I did pretty well because I'm actually selling pretty much 1, 2, 3. I have about 4 of these books, 5 of these, 5 of these books in this niche now, and they're selling daily. And it's really because I think yes, I have definitely a quality interior, always make sure that's the case, but not only did I do a quality interior, I really tried to make a strong showing in my cover so that it looked similar, but yet a little bit different, and tried to kind of brand it because I want, since I'm making several in each of these niches, and these are consumable books, people are really into these, that they're going to buy not only 1, but 2, 3, 4 of my books. And I found that's the case to make it, they look really good in the niche compared to the rest of my competitors, but they also look consistent across, so that when somebody sees one, they know it's mine, right? Just like we talked about the IXL books, knowing that's a kid's book, then they know that these books are mine. So I did want to share this with you because I found that these hot niche courses are really great by Michelle, and I've done both of them, and my books are selling. So I thought you guys might be interested. So I have a coupon, and that's pretty much all I have for today. If you guys have comments, questions about covers, please let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks. Bye.